Okay, I will explain again. So we have started, we are creating a new odd.py. Here we will be putting up all our login dot and login sign up and logout functionality. Like all the authorization part would be here, and we are explaining right now the what is the use of different libraries which we have classes and libraries which we have imported. The first one would be the blueprint. So blueprint is like a collection, uh, like it's an object that allows an application to collect to holds different routes and the different functions and to and help us to initialize it to the main application. So blueprint would hold all the routes and everything, and we will be initializing it here in the init.py. Then we have this render template. Render template is used to render a particular HTML file whenever a particular API call will be made. And then the request is like to request is usually used to check like what is the method the browser have requested for, like get, post, put, delete, and all those other information. Then we have redirected for, in this case, what it is used is, let's say you are doing a sign up process and if everything goes fine, and you are want to now, like one user has been created successfully and you want the user to be redirected to some other page or something. So you can do it using redirect. Same the use case as with the URL. Instead of mentioning the particular HTML file, you can send the user to a particular URL as well. Then Flash will be used for sending a particular message or something from the backend to the front end. That's a user has been created successfully, so we could send that message to the front end side and show it here, show it there. And session is like db.sessions and all. Then from Flask login, we are importing login required. So what that means is, let's say you login as a current logged in right now, and now you want to log out. So to there is a particular parameter which we have to use, which signifies that for the current user, whenever we request for logout, this is the current user which is logging out. So that information holds inside this login required thing. Uh, Current user, as we have seen yesterday as well, it will give us the current user credentials like user ID in our case. Then logout user will be used to log out the user from our application. Log in same way. And from a dot, we are importing DV, and import OS, we are importing the auth name like this. Now, how to define a route is, so the way is, first thing you have to do is, this is the blueprint which variable which it is defined to. So use @auth dot route, and then in the small bracket, in the single quotes, you can define the route, let's say for sign up, and then we define methods equals to get. Which what it is means is, whenever we will send a particular message to this particular URL, we would only accept this two type of methods. Any other type of request methods we will receive will given an error. Next, now we will write a function. So def sign up. So in this case, if request dot method equal post. So if the request dot method is equals to post from request dot form, so from front end we will request this particular variable which will hold this particular information. Same way we will call for username and the password. Role we are not using because by default the admin would be the super user which we have already created, and by default from front end we will only be receiving the user role form. Now, first thing we will check is username is exist or on our database or not. So now, how to write in database code is first call the table name, so user. Then we are running a query, so user dot query. Inside it, if you are like implementing any filter, so filter by username is equals to username dot first. What that means is this first one is the username which is defined in this particular model, which is this one, and equals to after equal part the right hand one. This one belongs to this thing. So we are checking if username exists. We will just flash that a username already exists. Please choose a different one. Let's say it should be category equals to error, and else if that is not the case, so we will create the new user password, and role equals to we want it to be one, and then db dot session dot add new user, and db dot session dot commit, and we would flash account created successfully, and we will redirect the user to login auth dot login. Now here we will do return render template signup.html. So what we have done is if request dot method is post, we will do those tasks. If that is not there, other condition is only the get which we are accepting. So in that case, we will just return the signup.html page. So any doubt in this particular function which we have written, you can ask now. Anyone, any doubts? Okay. So this request, how it will work and hold the data would be, I will explain it here. So let's say we will receive something like this from the front end itself, uh, which would be like first thing in the request form, we would having this thing as post, which means what is the method which we are getting. Then we would have a form which holds this information like this name, username, and password. So request dot method is this one which should gives us post. Request dot form dot get name, which will give us this value. Same for username, we will get this value, and for password we would be getting this value. So this is how our data would be looking. uh, like this type of response we are getting from the front end, which we are parsing it here using the request type. Now for this we need signup.html, so we will create an signup.html page. So to write an HTML, the one way is you type exclamation and put enter, and it will write the basic structure of it. Title would be at the top of the page. The tab name, what you want it to be. So we want it to be sign up. So we can put it there. Then in the body, we were writing div class container, and then now we want to show the uh, flash messages which we were sending it from the backend side. So to how to show it, this is the default function which you can also put it there in your code. So with with messages equals to get flashed messages with categories equals to true, and this we are writing it everything in a Jinja format. Now this is if message. So if we have received a particular message, if messages, we would what we will do is if class equals to flash pop-up flash message, and then message is equals to, and here we will write our script. So we are writing a very small script which you can also use it in your case. So what we are doing, we are just putting a timeout function which what will it will do is it will show the message and will hide the message after the 3 seconds. So this you can use as it is you want it to be. So it would be here 5,000 means is millisecond. Sorry, 5 second, 5,000 millisecond, and equals which is equals to 5 millisecond. Now we will do with they should already be ended. Will be ended and yeah. Also, the important part in the MAD1 which where we will be using Jinja is wherever you are using any particular condition, which could be if condition and or for condition or like any condition which you are using, if you are starting it like for it should be started under this curly braces. So under it you will write if block, if for block, and everything. It should also be ended after you have to end this and if end with and for. So if you have not done this, it will give you an error. Next thing we will do is we will create form which will be accepting our post div class final h3 user signer, and then here we will add a label. So label would be like what we are using for. So username, uh, username, and Next one, this is important. So we are using input. Type would be text, ID would be this, and name. So remember that this name is a very important field, which name equals to username means this is the variable which where whatever we will be typing will be saved here. And same way we will copy this, paste it here. So it could be for name, 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 and this would be for password, password. It password is also type password is also available. So password, password, and this thing. And at last, once this is done, we will give us button, um button, sign up, and after this development, a reference, we will reference login already. Already registered. Click here, and we will save this. Now we should run our application. So copy the URL. Uh, we will go here, paste it, and we will go with sign up route. And okay, so the error is we have to initialize it. So for initialization, we could do it after vector. So from dot auth, we will import auth as auth blueprint, and we will use app dot register blueprint to this one. Now it would be show register to ourselves. So if we refresh, see now we are getting user sign up, username, and this. So for now, let's test it this thing out. Currently, we have only one user, which is an admin. So let's say user one, and click on sign up. Currently, .login does not exist, so it will give an error. But if that means the user was created successfully. See, user one, and user one. Now we try to again try with this one, and see the message is showing user already exists. Please choose a different one, and it should and see in 5 seconds it got also removed from here. So like this shows that our error message is also working correctly. And if you want like you want more detailed uh, sign up procedure, which means like more checks. Currently, the only check is that username does not exist. That is the only check. If you want like the password should be of this certain length, username should contain at least this much length, and all those information you can add if conditions, and if based on if conditions, you can send different error message to the user as well. So this shows the sign up procedure of our application. Next thing we will try to write down is the login API for our application. Until then, any particular doubts in this part you can ask. Anyone have any doubt? Sahil, Mohammed, Amir, Kushal, Suraj. Anyone have any doubts?
No, sir.
What about others? Okay, so we will try to write down for uh, dot dot login request dot method also post and then a username. So from this page, we would only be getting username and all those information. So username, password would be request dot form user dot query dot filter by username equals to username dot first, and if user dot password is equals to password, uh, password equals to password. I would be using single page for both login. So if user dot log role is 0, which means admin, so we can print also admin logged in successfully, and we would log in the user and redirect the user to let's say redirect slash admin dashboard, and if else we would print customer logged in and we will redirect to customer dashboard. Uh, else we would flash incorrect password, please try again, and we will redirect the user to login page again. So this is a simply if and else conditions we are putting for different checks we have written. Same way auth.py, and then next thing is request. So we will just return the login.html. So only thing which changed was now we are only accepting these two fields, and for every information, so if they match correctly, we are just logging the user and redirecting to admin slash dashboard. So this is the login API, and the last thing which remains, remains is the logout functionality. So um, logout. Here we will use this login required thing, and then that logout, and then we will just choose logout user, and we can flash we don't need, and we'll return the user to this one. It will log out the user. Remember that logout user, for logging out a user, this thing is required because this will give us the information of all the logged in users and the current user which is trying to log in, and then we would be able to remove it from our database, like the active session database which holds the current logged in users. So this is for auth.py, which take care of all the authentication part and everything. And this is, I think, for today. For your work, what you can do is like let as we have tomorrow's doubt clearance session. So you can try to build a login.html page on your own and try to just put up a two form which you have to just put two input boxes and login button. You can use the same signup.html page lookout help to look what we are doing, and based on that you can create a login.html and it should be working. You can give it a try. Otherwise, I would be completing that as well on in the next session. But please give it a try because this will give you a hands-on on the signup.html part. Now, one thing which is also important is uh, GitHub. So we will learn how to push into how to create a new repo and push it in the GitHub. So first thing, let's go to GitHub. So we will look into from how to creating a new repo. So we will click on new repo. You can, from in my case, I would be naming it, let's say, vehicle parking. Please use your convention which is present for your. You have to keep it this private one. I'm keeping public as I would be sharing it to you. You can use get ignore file none. Add you can want to you can add a readme or not. For license you can choose MIT license and you can create a repo and it will soon create a repo. Now, another thing which for you was to add a collaborator is here. Go to settings, click on collaborators. It could ask you for like if you have implemented two-factor authentication, so it could send you the. So now, as we commit, you can click on add people. Here you have to search for the MAD1. So if we go to this, uh, MAD1 bootcamp, get our help document. See, you click on this one, you will search this particular one, and it should show. So you click on this, and like this, add, click on add, and the request would be sent. I am deleting it because I don't need this, but yeah, this is how. Make sure you change your visibility to private one. Now this is all done. Now how to publish your code in this particular GitHub is one way is you manually upload all those files, which is a very hectic task. Another way is click on code. You can open it in the GitHub desktop. So I would prefer to use the GitHub desktop, download it there, and there you can paste the code in the GitHub desktop and do commit all changes. If you want to do it through CLI, just copy this code. Let's say if I want to do this, so git it put um, main directory folder inside this daily folder git clone. So type command is git clone, paste the URL. It will soon in the folder itself. It should have the vehicle parking. Okay, the location was wrong. Let me do it again. Change it on git clone. Now this should work. Now just copy. You don't need this thing, so you can just copy project and app.py and paste it inside it. So now it has those. Now how to commit now changes are first command which you have to run is git add space dot, which will add all the sorry cd first go inside this. Now git add dot git commit minus m. They have also mentioned a different messages, a different type of uh, push you have to do. Get command shape. Also, I have pasted the git command sheet, so you can use this sheet in any particular phase, like to checking the git version on your laptop, configuring that, also adding a file. So how to add a file? So all those informations are already there. So for in our case, git add, git dot, everything is there itself. You can use this particular sheet for your help. Um, Viva preparation checklist. It is yeah, yeah. So this is see the milestone one. For this, they have mentioned the get commit message to this one. Milestone 0, VP, MAD2, MAD1, sorry. So you can simply do same way. Git commit minus M is message, and in double quotes you can paste this message, enter, and then you can do git push, and it will, if you have especially used the git main, so it will push the code to your main branch. Now if we just refresh our page, you should be able to see this, and with the proper commit message which you have made pasted down. So this is how you can clone your repo in your own, and push your code and everything uh, to the GitHub. They've also added the video collaborator audio, which helps to how to do like adding GitHub collaborator using VS Code or WSL as well if you do not want to. But best way would be go to settings, click on settings, collaborators, and do adding the people here itself, and that would be fine. So if you're facing any particular issue, you can ping me related to GitHub as well. We can sort that out as well. So I will paste the GitHub link here. Okay. So that's it for today's session. Today's session we looked into, if we look into our sheet, we looked into the login part, basic framework, like authentication part, which take care of login, sign up, and log out functionalities, and that we looked into. Your database we have already done with, and tomorrow and the next session, which is on Friday, sorry, on Saturday, we will be looking into how to implement a CRUD operation, and CRUD operation holds the major chunk of the uh, number in the MAD1 level 1 YY as well. So please make sure before this you go through complete it before any other task which is pending. And as it is a very long major part, we have a 3-day breakout session as well, where you can work on the API creation, CRUD operations, and prepare your project. Uh, I am a little bit fast, but as you know, the deadlines are coming closer, and you also need some time to prepare for uh, this quiz one as well, which is coming up on 2013. So you can have a break on 11th and 12th, 2-day break, and you can rejoin from 14 and after 15th as well. If you have any particular doubts, you can ask me there as well. So that would be fine by me, as in between we have a quiz one coming up, so you can take some breaks and ask doubts later on as well. So that's it for today. I will stop the recording.